Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to demystify the Linux terminal, especially for anyone in a support or engineering role. We'll jump right into the key commands that will take you from feeling kinda lost to confidently solving real-world problems.
We've all been there, right? That feeling of dread when something critical breaks. But here's the thing. The answers are almost always waiting for you, right there in the Linux terminal. It's your direct line to what's really happening under the hood.
So why do we need to bother with this, this black screen with a blinking cursor? Why is this so important? Let's get into it.
Well, the simple fact is, the internet pretty much runs on Linux. The vast majority of servers you'll ever touch are Linux-based. And those servers has logs that act just like an airplane's black box. They record everything. The terminal is how you access that recording.
Okay, so let's get our hands dirty. You've just logged into a server. Everything's dark. First things first, you got to figure out where you are.
The very first command you should type, almost out of muscle memory, is pwd. It stands for Print Working Directory, and it's basically your own personal GPS for the server's file system.
See? You type pwd, hit enter, and bam! It tells you your exact location. In this case, home support_user. Simple, but absolutely essential. You're no longer lost.
Okay, so you know where you are. The next logical question is, what's in here with me? For that, you use ls. It just lists out all the files and folders in your current spot.
Now, ls by itself is good, but the real pro move is ls-lh. The L gives you a long, detailed list, A shows you all files, even the hidden ones, and H makes the file sizes human-readable. This is the command you'll use 99% of the time.
All right, we know our location, we can see what's around us, now it's time to actually move. We do that with cd, which stands for Change Directory. This is how you navigate.
And check this out. We type cd/var_log. That slash at the very beginning is super important. It means we're starting from the absolute top of the file system and jumping directly to var log. And that is the standard home for pretty much all system logs.
Okay, we made it to the right neighborhood. You run ls and you see a bunch of log files. Now what? How do you actually peek inside and read them?
So, this is a big one. You gotta choose the right tool for the job. You have cat, less, and tail. And let me tell you, using cat on a giant gigabyte-sized log file is a classic mistake. It will just flood your screen and you'll have a bad time.
For pretty much any log file you're investigating, less is going to be your absolute best friend. It's called a pager, and its magic is that it lets you look at the file without loading the whole thing into memory, which makes it incredibly fast and powerful.
And once you're inside less, it's so easy to use. You can scroll with your arrow keys, sure, but the killer feature is search. Just hit the / key, type what you're looking for, like /error, hit enter, and it'll jump right to it. When you're done, just hit Q to quit.
So log files can be absolutely massive, right? Millions of lines. How do you find that one specific needle in that digital haystack? And even better, how can you watch for new things happening in real time?
Let me introduce you to one of the most famous, most powerful commands in all of Linux, grep. Seriously, think of it as your own personal search engine. You give it a pattern and it filters any file or any text, showing you only the lines that match. It's a lifesaver.
For example, look at this. We're telling grep to find the word failed inside the authentication log. Instantly, it pulls out every single failed login attempt. Imagine trying to find those by hand. No way.
Okay, now for the live stuff. The command tail on its own just shows you the last few lines of a file. But when you add the F flag for follow, it becomes a live streaming tool. It shows you new lines as they get written to the file in real time. And this is just so cool to see. You can have this running, go and reproduce a bug, and the second that error happens on the server, boom, the log entry just appears on your screen. It's an incredible troubleshooting tool. And here's where you start to feel like a real wizard. You can chain these commands together. Here, we're watching the Nginx error log live with tail ff, but we're using that vertical bar, that's called a pipe, to send that live output directly into grep. So we only see the new error lines if they contain a specific 502 error. So powerful. Okay, so you did it. You found the error in the logs, you told the dev team, they deployed a fix. How do you confirm from the server itself that the service is actually back online?
For this, we use curl. It's a fantastic tool that lets you make web requests right from the command line. Kind of like a web browser, but without any of the graphics. It's the quickest way to just poke a service and see if it's healthy.
Here, we're using the I flag, which just tells curl, hey, I only want to see the headers, not the whole web page. And what we're looking for, right there, is that beautiful 200 OK status. That's the universal signal for everything's working. It's the proof you need.
And there you have it. You're not just staring at a black screen anymore. You're having a conversation with the server. With PWD, ls, cd, less, grep, tail, and curl, you now have the basic vocabulary to start asking the right questions and, more importantly, getting the answers you need.